There's an animal out there that survives on poison, eats it every single day, on purpose. Its food has almost no nutrients, it's brutal to digest, and oh, it's literally toxic. So this thing sleeps 20 hours a day just to survive the salad. And the internet's official verdict on this creature? Dumbest animal alive. Yeah, about that. Because here's what nobody tells you. There is no scientific ranking of dumb animals. None. We just look at something, decide it's an idiot, and move on. So today, we're setting the record straight. 7 animals the whole internet calls dumb that are way smarter than you think. Okay, so I went looking for a real list, a proper one, science-backed. Turns out it doesn't exist. Every dumbest animals video online is just vibes. Somebody watched a creature do something weird and went, yep, moron. But if you actually want to talk dumb, there are rules. 2 of them. 1, an incredibly simple nervous system. 2, basically no ability to learn or solve a problem. So the real champions? Sponges. No brain, no nerves, no thoughts. Living the dream. After that, placozoans, clams, oysters, sea squirts, the guys who sit on a rock and vibe for 80 years. But here's my problem. You cannot make a video about a clam. It just closes. That's the whole episode. So instead, we're doing the fun ones. The animals that look like complete morons, but are secretly running circles around their own reputation. One of them will genuinely try to romance a stick. We'll get there. Let's get into it. Number 7, the koala. So this is the animal from the intro, the one eating poison for a living. And look, it's not a bear. I know it's called a bear, it's a marsupial, a cousin of the kangaroo. Just instead of hopping across a field, it chose cling to a tree and dissociate. Oh, and the babies? They can't even eat eucalyptus at first. Their gut can't handle the toxins yet. So to load up on the right gut bacteria, the baby eats its mom's poop. Not as a snack, for the microbes. It's basically a starter pack for its own stomach. Gross? Sure. Dumb? No, that's literally how it unlocks the ability to eat the only food it's got. Now, the koala's whole reputation comes from the brain, and the brain is rough. Tiny, smooth, no wrinkles, no folds. Looks like a little chicken breast in there. But here's the unfair part. That smooth little brain still has the same neurons as way smarter animals. It's not empty, it's just minimalist. You've heard the classic. Put a eucalyptus leaf on a plate and the koala won't recognize it as food. Sounds idiotic, until you realize they're wired to eat fresh leaves off living branches, not off a plate like it's a hotel buffet. In the wild, they're picky. They strip only the freshest tips. That's not stupid, that's standards. And corner one? It does not freeze. It comes at you. Claws, teeth, all of it. Oh, and one more thing. Pick up a stressed koala, and it'll pee on you to calm itself down. Honestly? Respect. Number 6, the cane toad. This thing is a walking warning label. Eat a cane toad, and I mean almost anything that tries, and there's a real good chance you just die. It's loaded with toxin, glands full of the stuff. Pets, predators, even people have died messing with it. And get this, it's not even from Australia. It's a Central and South American import, shipped over in the 1930s to eat some beetles. Classic plan. Problem is, nothing in Australia knew how to kill it. No predators, no off switch. So now there are millions of poisonous beetle-flavored toads just vibing across an entire continent. There's even some debated evidence that ancient cultures in the Americas used toad toxins in rituals, though the genuinely trippy toad is a totally different species. So don't lick the cane toad, please. But here's the behavior that gets it called dumb. During breeding season, the males grab onto whatever, another male, a different species, a rock, occasionally something that is, no longer alive. Which sounds insane, but it's not just the cane toad, it's a frog thing. The breeding window is tiny. Miss it and you're benched for the whole year. So the instinct gets brutally simple. Grab first, identify later. Their entire philosophy is better to grab the wrong thing than grab too slow, which is also the business model of every dating app. Number 5, the giant panda. Okay, technically, the panda is a carnivore. It's in the order Carnivora, built like a meat eater. And it eats bamboo, 99% bamboo, which is a problem because bamboo is basically wood, almost no calories, miserable to digest, so just like the koala, the panda is stuck eating all day and doing nothing the rest of the time, just to break even. Which is why the whole planet decided it's a clumsy, sleepy, lovable idiot. We literally made a movie where the panda becomes a kung fu master and beats everyone. We found that hilarious because it felt impossible. And then there's the clip. A zoo. A keeper hands a mother panda an apple, and she calmly lets them walk off with her cub. And the internet detonated. She traded her baby for an apple! Dumbest mom alive. Except, that's one clip. One captive panda in a zoo, under conditions no wild panda will ever face. One weird anecdote is not a species, and in the real world, you do not want to test a panda. It feels threatened, and that cuddly bowling ball turns. Powerful jaws, it crushes bamboo all day, remember, and a swipe that can wreck a full-grown adult. So sure, call it dumb, from a safe distance. Number 4. The kakapo. Meet the world's only flightless parrot. Yeah, a parrot that gave up flying. It's from New Zealand, it's mossy green, it's got a face like an owl, and it only comes out at night. The Maori name literally means night parrot, and it's famous for exactly one strategy. 1. When something tries to eat it, the kakapo freezes, stands perfectly still, and hopes the predator just doesn't notice a bright green chicken parrot standing in the open. On paper, one of the dumbest survival plans ever drawn up. Except for one detail, it used to work flawlessly. For millions of years, the only predators in New Zealand were birds, and birds hunt by sight, so holding still, genius, you vanish. And then humans showed up, and we brought cats, and rats, and stoats, animals that hunt by smell, and you cannot hold still your way out of a nose. So the kakapo was thriving, and then reality dropped a brutal patch it never asked for. The strats that won for a million years just stopped working. Today, there are only around 240 of them left. Every single one has a name. So no, it's not dumb, it just got blindsided by a world that changed the rules. Number 3. The honey badger. Now this one's different. Everybody else here got called dumb for being lazy or goofy or just looking a little dim. The honey badger? It gets called dumb for being absolutely fearless, to the point of having a death wish. If you were online about 15 years ago, you know the exact honey badger I mean, the one that don't care. First, it's not actually a badger. It's basically a giant ripped weasel, and it's built like an RPG character. Thick, loose, leathery skin you can barely bite through, that's the armor. Plus, real resistance to snake venom, that's the magic resistance. So yeah, it chews on cobras. It squares up with animals 5 times its size. But is it actually suicidal? No. The snake thing? Snakes are dinner, venomous ones especially. That's not bravery, that's grocery shopping. And the lion fights, the hyena standoffs? Almost always defense. Something corners it and the badger runs the math. Go down swinging. A small predator fighting to survive isn't stupid. It's just got worse PR than everyone else. Turns out the badger did, in fact, care about not dying. Number 2. The turkey. Remember the stick? We're here. Hang on. These are the birds Americans build an entire November holiday around, and they are facing serious dumb bird allegations. First, the social life. Turkeys run on a strict pecking order, a hierarchy, and they'll attack anything they've decided ranks below them. Other birds, including you. Basically tiny feathered middle management. Then there's the famous one. Turkeys are so dumb they stare up at the rain with their mouths open and drown. Yeah, that's mostly a myth. They don't bother dodging rain because they don't need to. And whether a bird runs for cover or just stands there, that's an individual thing. Some are sharp, some are not. Same as people. But the stick. You've earned the stick. There's a real documented study on what turns a male turkey on, and the researchers found the key trigger is basically just the head. The head. To the point where a male would court and try to mate with a fake female head, stuck on a pole, no body required. So the headline screamed, "Turkeys will romance anything," when the truth is weirder and funnier. A turkey looked at a head on a stick and went, "Yeah, that'll do." It's not random. It's deeply, specifically committed. And number 1, the ostrich. This is the big one, the myth you've believed your entire life. The ostrich buries its head in the sand. Can't see you, figures you can't see it. The world's saddest hiding strategy. Except ostriches don't do that at all. Ever. Here's what actually happens. Their nests are just shallow pits in the ground, and a few times a day, the ostrich dips its head down into that pit to turn the eggs and check on them. From a distance, looks exactly like a giant bird shoving its face in the dirt out of pure panic. But it's just parenting. And honestly, the ostrich never needed a fake reputation. It's already a freak of nature. Biggest bird alive, heaviest, fastest thing on 2 legs. It'll hit 40 miles an hour. It doesn't need to hide, it just leaves. It's also the only bird on Earth with 2 toes. Every other bird needs 3 or 4 just to balance. This one runs 40 miles an hour on the bird equivalent of high heels. No teeth either, so it swallows rocks. On purpose. They sit in its stomach and grind up its food for it. So let's recap the world's dumbest bird. Fastest runner alive. Built-in food processor. Devoted parent. Not bad for an idiot. So here's the real takeaway. There's no scientific scoreboard for dumb animals. There's just behavior. And behavior that looks idiotic to us is almost always something that made perfect sense where that animal actually lives. The koala isn't lazy, it's surviving on poison. The kakapo isn't suicidal. The rules changed on it. The turkey isn't a creep. Okay, the turkey's a little weird. We'll allow it. Are some animals genuinely not the sharpest? Sure. But dumbest in the world? That's a slander campaign. And these guys deserve better. So next time a video tells you an animal is stupid, maybe ask what it's trying to survive first. If you had fun, you know the drill. Subscribe so the algorithm doesn't pull a kakapo and freeze up the second things get competitive. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.